Hello everyone, and welcome to this video on how to create a discussion using VoiceThread. So my name is Jose Diaz and I am the online learning manager at FIT. And so in this video we're going to talk about how to create a discussion using VoiceThread. All right, and so here I am logged into my Blackboard, and I am going to find my sandbox course. You would be opening your own course, when you are doing this. So here I am in my sandbox. I am going into the content area of my course, and the first thing I am going to do is I am going to the Build Content tab. It's right below the under Content here, and so here you have 4 tabs. You have Build Content, Assessments, Tools, Partner, Content. We just want to go under the Build Content. Now you have this drop-down menu right here, and we're going to choose VoiceThread Content. So here it's now asking me for the name of this discussion, and I'm just going to call this discussion number 1. Here I can write something like create your post and reply to another student. So that would be a total of 2 posts that I am requiring my students to do. All right, so we scroll down, and I'm going to grade this discussion. So under grading, you will find enable evaluation. Go ahead and click yes. And under that, now you have what's called points possible. I'm going to grade it out of 100, and it is visible to my students. You can also set a due date if that's something you're looking for. For now, I am not going to require a due date, and I think that's pretty much it. I'm going to track the number of views because I want to keep a record as to how many students clicked on this link. All right, that looks good to me. I'm going to go ahead to the bottom right, click on the submit button. All right, and anytime you add something to Blackboard, it goes all the way down to the bottom. So let's scroll all the way down there. And there it is. This is my VoiceThread discussion. And the way you can identify a VoiceThread is by the icon here, a little circle with the letters VT inside. And I'm going to go ahead and move this up to the top because I want it to be visible to my students once they click on the content area of the course. So I'm going to click here and drag it up to the top. And let's move it to here, somewhere at the top. All right. So here's my VoiceThread discussion. Now, before I go any further, I just want to talk a little bit about the differences between Blackboard discussion and what is a VoiceThread discussion. So under a Blackboard discussion, over here you can actually see a Blackboard discussion. If I click on that, it should take you to how a discussion board looks like when using the Blackboard discussion tool. Very straightforward. You can add text. You can embed videos, but it's not that easy. The reason why I love using VoiceThread, let me go back to the content area. The reason why I love VoiceThread so much is because especially if you're teaching online, there is that disconnect, right? There is no human interaction. There is no face-to-face experience going on. So for online learning, it's very important to try to replicate that human-to-human interaction. and what I like to call the humanizing experience, humanizing the course. So if I do a discussion using VoiceThread, it will allow me to record my voice. The students will be able to recognize my voice, hear my voice. It's easier for them to hear my voice, the tone of voice, as opposed to sometimes you might text somebody a message and they just get the wrong idea because they don't hear your tone. So this human to human interaction, I can hear their voice, they can hear my voice. It helps mediate this lack of human contact or human experience that we normally are lacking in an online environment. Not only voice, but you can also record video, and so your students can watch you, they can see your face, and the same for the students. They can also record themselves as they leave a message to you or to the class. And the last thing I'm going to say is, as a teacher, you can always tell when the student did the work by the body language or the way they're talking, right? So with VoiceThread, if you ask a specific question on a discussion and you hear the students within the first 3 to 5 seconds, you can tell if the student did the work. Not only that, you can tell they're BSing you, right? So these are one of my why I love using VoiceThread, especially for the online courses. Okay, so now let's go ahead and let's create. So we created our VoiceThread, right? So this is just a link, but it's an empty link. So we have to attach this link to something, right? So now that we have this link, the next step is to click on this title. And so now this is going to connect us to my VoiceThread account. It takes a few seconds. Okay, great. So now we're here and it's asking me the VoiceThread setup. Do I want course view? Do I want individual VoiceThread? Do I want home or an assignment builder? Since I am grading my students in this discussion, I am going to choose assignment builder because there is a grade attached to this discussion. So let's click on that, assignment builder. Now it's giving me 3 options. Select a type of assignment. Are the students going to create a VoiceThread? Are the students going to submit a comment? Or are the students going to watch a VoiceThread? So since this is a discussion, the students are going to have to submit a comment. So we're going to choose submit a comment. And now it's asking me, what do I connect to this VoiceThread? Now, if you've never used VoiceThread before, you most likely will not have anything on the left-hand side here, right? But in this case, I do, and that's because I've created many VoiceThreads already in the past. For this particular discussion, I want to create a new VoiceThread. I'm not going to link it to a previous VoiceThread that I've created in the past. I'm going to go up here and click on create a new VoiceThread. Now it's asking me for the media, right? So when the students click on that link, where is it going to take them? What is it that you want them to see, right? So I want to pose a question to them so that when they click on this VoiceThread discussion, it's going to have a slide with the question prompt on there. So I need to create a slide. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up PowerPoint and create a slide. And normally I like to do these before I get to this step. I usually like to create these slides first so that I have them ready to insert them right away when I get to that step. So what I'm going to choose is a blank presentation. Beautiful. And oh, look at that. I can pick some nice templates or backgrounds, right? So let's say Let's see. What looks nice? Let's see. Something not too distracting. Let's go with this one. It's not that bad. I like purple. All right. You don't have to use a template, but up to you, right? You can always keep it white or black solid, a solid color as a background. So here I'm going to type my discussion prompt. Let's say, what did you find confusing about chapter 1? Okay. And again, this could be whatever you want it to be, right? You can make this, any question that you're looking for, you can make this whatever you want. So I'm happy with this for now. Remember, this is an example, right? So now I am going to save this. I'm going to go to the top here. Remember, I'm working on PowerPoint. I'm going to go ahead and click on File. I'm going to save as, and let's call this discussion 1. Discussion number 1 prompt. And I'm going to save it on my desktop for now, but eventually I'm going to create a folder on my desktop so I can organize all these discussions into one folder. And I'm going to go ahead and hit save. Oh, wait, 1 second. Let's change the file format. Now, VoiceThread accepts PowerPoint, PDF. It does not accept Keynote. So, if you do work on Keynote, you just have to convert those files into a PDF or PowerPoint. For now, I'm going to save it as a PDF just to make it a little bit easier. Where is that? Here, PDF. Right, so I'm saving my discussion prompt to the desktop as a PDF, and I'm going to click export. Exporting my slides. Okay, there we go. I'm done with PowerPoint. I don't need PowerPoint anymore, so let me minimize the screen by going to this little minus sign. All right, so now we're back here again. Let me maximize the screen so you all can see that very well. Now I'm back here to add media. So I'm going to click on this icon, add media. I'm going to choose my computer so that I can upload that PDF that I just created. Now let me go into my desktop. There it is, discussion number 1 prompt. Just click on that, click open. Now it's uploading the media. I'm going to go ahead and give it a title. I think we call it discussion number 1. This is optional. You can create a description over here and you can add tags. Description will be read for your students so that they can know what it is that you want them to do. I'm going to write something like create a post using let me write that again. I'm going to say record your response using the microphone icon. Oops, spelled microphone wrong. Let me fix that. There we go. Now, I want to go ahead and check the playback options, right? Because these are the settings. So I'm going to click on that. I want enabled threaded commenting because this is a discussion. I want them to comment on each other. Allow commenters to add slides to this voice thread. That's up to you. If you want your students to add their own slides to the discussion, that's fine. For me, for this discussion, I don't want that to happen. Allow others to download original media. I don't want that. Allow others to export. Not really. Start playing when open. Nah. Allow others to make a copy. No, I don't want that. Enable comment moderation. Nope. And as you can see, allowed comment methods, right? So they can either record themselves. They can put the webcam on. That's okay. They can use their telephone. I don't want them uploading anything, and I don't want text. Actually, let me put file upload because they might record themselves. They might record their own responses using their phone, and they might want to upload it that way. So the only thing I am removing is text because I want this to be, again, remember, we're trying to humanize the course. I want them to record their voice. I want them to get on camera. I want this to kind of replicate that human interaction, right? Humanizing this course. I don't want any text. I want it to be much more interactive than just students writing a whole bunch of sentences. I want this to be much more interactive. So I'm going to go ahead and click Save as Default so that I don't have to keep doing this every time, meaning the settings. I don't have to come back and change these settings later on. I'm going to go ahead and click Save. You can see now that our slide uploaded successfully to VoiceThread. So up here, notice we have 3 steps. Now this is what I love about VoiceThread. Step 1 we already accomplished, which was to upload the media. This is our slide. Step 2 is now if I want to add my voice to this discussion. And step 3 is the last step, is now to publish or to create this assignment to your, assign this to the class. So I recommend actually doing step 2 because now you are a role model to your students, right? And so if I want to leave my voice on this discussion, I can go down here to the little plus bubble here. It's like a comment bubble. Click on the comment bubble. And now here are your options. These are the options that we selected. The students can use their smartphones. They can do the microphone. They can do video. And also they can upload the video that way. I'm going to go ahead and choose the microphone icon so I can leave my comment so that students feel much more comfortable leaving their recordings. If they see that I am doing it and I'm comfortable using it, most likely they will be comfortable too. All right, so lead by example. All right, so here we go. I'm going to record my comment. Hello class, welcome to discussion number 1. And so here I want you to record a short audio response of yourself, and please talk about what did you find confusing about chapter number 1. Once you do that, feel free and go and record another comment to a fellow student. Thank you and enjoy the week. So I'll hit stop recording. And so now my voice is now attached to this discussion. And so if I want you to record a short audio response of your... So let's say I'm happy with my recording. Of course, I stumbled across and mumbled them. And so here, as you see, I added a little square. This tells the student that there is a voice attached to this slide. So if a student wants to reply to my post, they can just hover the cursor over to this box, click reply, and now there would be a threaded comment. And so you will have a circle followed by a little line connected to this box, and that means that this student is responding to my initial post. All right. So I recommend that you record your voice. Again, this is to humanize the course, very important. All right, now that I'm done adding my voice, now I want to publish my discussion, right? So up here in the top left-hand corner, you have the 3 stripes. Go ahead and click on that. Click Edit. Now we're back to this screen where we had step 1, step 2, and step 3. So we've done step 1. We added our slide. Step 2, we already I recorded my voice. Now step 3 is to create the assignment. This is what now to publish it to the class. So I click on create assignment. And once again, it's asking me to create a description. I'm just going to repeat myself. I'm going to say, create your audio post and reply to another classmate. Right? Now here, it's asking you comments required. This is super important, right? Because the student will not get graded until they complete the required task. So if you tell them that they only need to make 1 post, leave this at 1. But if you're asking them to create a post and reply to another student, Now that's considered 2 posts, right? So I would enter the number 2 there. If you had asked them to reply to 2 other students, that would be 3, because remember, the initial post counts as 1, and any other reply will have to be added. So that would be 1 for my initial post and 2 replies, that would be 3. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now here we have several other options. By default, share with the class is already selected. You want to keep that the way it is. Moderate comments, you don't want to choose that for discussions for now. And allow students to resubmit assignments, that's okay, I'll leave that checked off. Now I'm going to go ahead and click on create the assignment. Assignment created. Right below that you have return to the course, click on that. Success. So if I go back now, you see this is the breadcrumbs, right? So now if I go to the content, we are currently in discussion 1, but if I want to go back to the content area to test my discussion, now if I click here, it should go directly to that slide that I just added. So let's see let's see if this works. This is how you test. All right, so look at that. So now I have my discussion number 1, and students will click here. What did you find confusing about chapter 1? So now if I'm a student, I can just go here, click on the microphone, 5-second timer. Well, what I found most confusing about chapter 1 was such and such and such, right? So now I hit stop recording, and the student will get a chance to hear their voice. What I found most confusing about chapter 1 was such and. If I'm happy with that, I would hit save. If I wasn't happy with that recording, I just hit delete and start the process over by clicking on the comment bubble and then doing a new recording. Now to the right, this is how the professor would view the screen, right? So now you have a division between top and bottom. Those who have not submitted the work and those who have. So what I love about this is that you can nudge your students by sending a reminder. You can click next to the person's name, and then you can send a reminder. You can customize this message and make it to whatever you want. Don't forget to record your response or submit your response. Don't forget to submit your response, and then you will click on send, and that will send an email to your students reminding them that they haven't completed the work. So I like that about VoiceThread. Allows you to nudge them a bit. Could be a little bit annoying. Once this student has completed those 2 posts, which includes the initial post and a reply to another student, the student will automatically be pushed up to this area. See how there is a divider from the top and the bottom? Once the student creates 2 posts, they automatically gets pushed to the top. Now, next to the student name, there's going to be an area for you to enter a grade. If you click on the specific student, you will be allowed to hear his or her response. The 2 posts, you will be able to see each post under their name, and you can listen in to what they said as the initial post and in a reply to the other student. Once you're done listening to the student's posts, to the right you'll have a space or a place for you to enter the grade. Once you enter the grade here, there's a button for submitting the grade. Once you click on submit, the grade will get automatically posted in the gradebook area. So for example, let me go into the gradebook area, grade center, full grade center, and if I go to discussion number 1, which is all the way to the right, there it is. If I gave that particular student a 90, it would show here as a 90. So that's the great thing about VoiceThread, is that you can listen to the VoiceThread in one place, you can enter the grade in the same place, and the grade will get pushed automatically over to the grade book in a matter of seconds. So that is my video on creating discussions using VoiceThread. If you're interested in using VoiceThread, please feel free to reach out to me, Jose_Diaz1 at fitnyc.edu. Also, Jeffrey Ryman is an expert using VoiceThread. You can reach out to Jeffrey and we can do, either a one-on-one session with either one of us. Now, once you have created a discussion using VoiceThread and you're moving on to the next semester, you need to copy or make a copy of that discussion VoiceThread for the next semester. And this is what I recommend, that when you get to that point, feel free to email me or Jeffrey and we will walk you through the next step. So in this video, we covered creating a VoiceThread discussion using a PowerPoint slide, uploading that slide to VoiceThread. We added our voice to the slide or to the VoiceThread. We also linked it to our gradebook. I showed you how to grade a student's post and how to submit it to the gradebook. And that's pretty much it. The next step will then be how to copy that VoiceThread over to the next semester. And for that, you can reach one of us, which we will continue from here on. I hope you enjoyed this video. Good luck. Take care now.